I was playing this album of Bob Dylan's the other day and not heard it in a while. It's Street Legal. Now, my copy, and I've got various copies of this, and I've got it on vinyl as well. It's on the nice price. This one, if you remember that promotion, remixed and remastered, restored to original packaging. Makes me laugh that because it's a dual case and it's all we must save the planet, put it in cardboard, don't matter if it falls apart, put it in cardboard. Anyway, it's in a dual case, and let's have a look at the inside of this. Spartan details, credits for all who produce what and such, and the tracks. Very slim pickings actually in that packaging. What I did like in this promotion is how they started using the supposed to be orange, it looks more red label of Columbia. Now this was released in 1978, and the tracks on it are Changing of the Guards, New Pony, No Time to Think, Baby Stop Crying, I love that track, Is Your Love in Vain, Senor, Tales of Yankee Power, True Love Tends to Forget, We Better Talk This Over, Where Are You Tonight, in brackets, Journey Through the Dark Heat. Well, when this came out, Dylan was touring then, and I don't think he'd been touring for a bit actually, so there was a big push to get tickets for the tour. And I know that in Birmingham there was a record shop called Cyclops, and they had access to all the tickets sold in that particular area. So a friend of mine was queuing up right round a very large block in order to get some tickets, and he asked me if I'd like a ticket, if I'd like to buy a ticket, to get a ticket for me. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but the show wasn't in Birmingham, it was on Earls Court in London. So I said, yeah, great. He was called Chris Nemeth, that's how I remember him, and he did some paintings for me, and I don't mean house paintings, I mean a couple of paintings of Bob Dylan, which I think I've probably covered in another video. Anyway, he got me the ticket, and then I had to think about how I was going to get down to London, and where I was working at the time, there was a chap that was a member of the Communist Party, and he was planning to go down to this great big rally show, etc., of international communist parties at Alexander Palace, Ali Pali, in London. But he couldn't go, so he said to me, look, I've got a coach ticket for this. I think it was something like about £3 or £4 or something like that. He said, why don't you go down, and then you can get the tube across to Earls Court. You can have a look around on the day and go and see Dylan on the night, and then come back, get the coach. All sounded great, that. So I went to it, and yes, it was interesting looking around. He said, I only want you to do me one thing. When somebody says that, it's always more than one thing generally. So I paid him for the ticket for the Ali Pali communist thing, and after a while it was a bit boring, so I thought, well, I'll go and have a drink. And I went into the bar, and I sat down next to this chap, and he had a voice very much like this, very Scottish voice. And who should I be sitting next to was Mick McGahey, who was the leader of the Scottish Miners' Union, and he was there with his family, and they're very, very friendly people they were, and he spoke to me. I can't think what he was saying, but it was very friendly. So later in the day I made my way into London, and I met up with my friend Chris Nemeth, and we went to see Dylan at Earls Court. That was great show. We took a couple of drinks in, which we're not supposed to, and Dylan came on. There was no support band. I can't remember who was backing him at this particular time, and he played some of the old hits, like a Rolling Stone, and my friend was moving his head back like that, and then this guy behind him said, "Don't you realise there are so many thousands of people behind you that can't see the show because your head's moving?" I thought, yeah, likely tale. Anyway, we came out then, and I don't know whether he had a train ticket to get back to Birmingham, because we were living in Birmingham then. And I thought, well, right, I'm going to Ali Pali on the tube, and I was a bit bothered, that I was going to be late. I got to the coach, and the coach had loaded up. I'd got a poster of Dylan as well from the concert, and I looked, and I saw the coach just sailing off in the distance, and I thought, oh my God, I'm stranded. So I talked to somebody on another coach, and this coach driver said to me, look, get on this coach, and I'll drop you off at a certain point, and you can hitchhike from there and get down to a service station, and you'll be able to pick up another coach that's going to Birmingham. Slip them a quid, slip them a pound, and they'll take you through to Birmingham. So he did that, and on the back I had to write on the back of the poster on the white side where I wanted to go. This is before I found the coach driver. So it said Birmingham, Birmingham destination. So I gave this driver a pound, and I managed to get back to Birmingham, and it was probably about 2:30 in the morning, something like that. Then I had to get home. It was a good concert. I wouldn't say it was a fantastic concert because I'd never seen Dylan before, never seen him play live. So it was a bit of an experience, and he did play some of the older hits, not very many though anyhow. He's not really known for his live performances. Well, some people say he has. I've got lots of recordings of him playing live anyway. But this is an album that I like to play from time to time anyway. And I've got it several times in different formats. Okay, well, I hope you've enjoyed that tale. And if you saw him on this tour, let me know. Any comments on this album, I'd be glad to read them. Bye for now. Have a great day.